What's up, XRP family? Thank you guys for joining me again. So watch my previous video because you will understand everything that we are talking about here. So let's dig in here. We left off with this video. When the banks fail, Cardone's brother looks like fake Cardone. It's weird, man. So Grant Cardone, very famous, millions of dollars, and this is his brother. So look what he says, guys, because this is very important to what is actually coming, right? We have to understand the bigger picture. Let's take a look.
Well, if it's in the bank, why don't you go down to the bank this afternoon and get 50 G's from it?
Is that hard?
Impossible.
Well, I've called
Not
them and they
impossible.
just said they need time.
Oh, yeah, they need time because they're not carrying cash because they're fractionalized banking. But try to give them 50 grand.
What will they do?
Come back, man. Come back. We can't take this. We have people in line. I dropped $1 million in cash off to a bank one day at 7:30 in the morning into their door. And they're like, you don't have any security? No. And I'm getting on a plane, dude. You're taking this money. This came from you. It's coming back to you. They literally had to shut the bank down. They were so nervous. Giving the banks money is becoming problematic. And for sure, taking it.
What do you think one day if the banks just don't respond?
Don't respond to
Anything.
I think that's going to happen.
Well, that's where you wish you had some cash or some Bitcoin.
So, not really Bitcoin, but I'm thinking more about XRP actually, guys, because what happens when they have a liquidity crisis, right? They need a solution. They are already building CBDCs. This has all to do with the same thing that they're talking about here, guys. They do not want your cash because cash is becoming useless. They don't want it. If you put 100 grand on your bank, the bank actually uses it and they put it in assets. They don't leave it in your bank actually. You just see a number on your bank and it's there when you want to take it out. But the thing is, guys, that they don't actually save money. Banks don't have money. They buy all the things with money because they know that money is useless, guys. How can people not understand the Ripple lawsuit is not only about XRP, it's about the future of the entire crypto market in the US. Now, not just in the US, guys. This lawsuit, again, is happening for a reason, and we are always bringing this to your attention on this channel, right? The lawsuit is something significantly bigger than what people actually think, because this Ripple lawsuit can become an example for the whole crypto industry, and they will actually bring every crypto and put it against XRP and see if it's meeting all the requirements that XRP has. It's becoming the Ripple test, and that is why this is taking so long, guys. The Howey test was actually a lawsuit that happened in that time. That is why it became the Howey test, right? So you have to understand this. This is something that can become something very big. Absurdity of the XRP community, hatred for all things and people associated with Ethereum can be found in fact that every person I know associated with ETH wants Ripple to prevail over the SEC because of what it will mean for crypto regulation and probably the ETH coin. Now, again, guys, this is Charles Gasparino just mauling at the XRP community. Well, this is entirely not true. For example, there are many people who are XRP maxis, but they don't really hate on Bitcoin. They don't really hate on Ethereum. I agree, there are some people that have malicious views on Ethereum, which I personally don't understand, guys. We are all in the same boat. We don't want ETH to fail and we don't want XRP to fail. It's all cryptocurrency. It's all in the same boat. Now, the ETH free pass is something we can argue about, but we have to understand why the lawsuit is really happening, guys. The lawsuit is happening in favor of Ripple because once it gets regulated, it will be the only one that has passed a lawsuit and won and being regulated. So just think about that. I personally want ETH to succeed. It's actually the first cryptocurrency I ever purchased, and I've been holding it since 2017. There are people in the XRP community that feel different, but I honestly suspect most don't hate ETH. I just want SEC to stop regulations by enforcement, right? And that's true. And look at Vitalik. Look what he's saying about Ripple. He's the one who started all of this. Looks like the Ripple XRP team is sinking to new levels of strangeness. This is a famous tweet that he tweeted in December 2020 because Brett Garlinghouse made some comments on Ethereum being Chinese controlled. Well, there is some kind of truth in that because most of the mining was happening there. At the moment, it's different. But I can see that where it comes from, guys. But the XRP community is not really just thinking about XRP. What if XRP becomes systematically important? If the bank corporate uses XRP to move reserves around, does that create a liability for Ripple? Why does RippleNet use gateways? If no one, person or entity, can control XRP, how about a group of participants, decentralized for who? So what we have to understand about this, because this is a very good tweet, guys. Very, very good. This actually comes down to XRP becoming very scarce, and that will happen at one point. Here you can see, guys, tiering introduced for US payment system access participants. So here we can see if others will potentially have access, who sets the approval criteria and decides who is in and who is out. The Federal Reserve Banks, the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System, or some combination of those bodies, right? Now, we have to understand that XRP is decentralized, 100%, right? Ripple is not in control. Yes, they hold a large portion of it, but that doesn't mean that it's controlling the validators. They have very few validators, actually, Ripple themselves. So it is decentralized. So you have to understand that. So what happens if banks are going to start using XRP for liquidity and to actually solve what he's saying here, to move reserves around that create liability for Ripple? We have to understand, guys, that means there is a supply shock incoming. All the exchanges don't have enough XRP already. So what is coming is just so obvious. Ripple has unlimited liquidity. No bank has unlimited resources. Now, this all comes down to because XRP can move in price, right? That's why they have unlimited liquidity. No bank has unlimited resources. And that's a problem. The Swift implementation and the ongoing FedNow development with a stated launch date of 2023 will compete for staffing and testing resources along with the FedWire ISO 222. Now, this is all Ripple, guys. FedNow is working with Ripple. Swift working with Ripple. All of this is going to be solved. Here we can see, using Ripple's XRP cryptocurrency as the underlying digital asset, the supply of demand for liquidity is effectively almost unlimited. The switches into out of XRP take place almost immediately. There is no longer a reliance on traditional correspondent bank relationships, and even major banks are using Ripple's ecosystem. We are also able to operate outside the Swift network. Also they can operate within the Swift network. You see, guys, they have unlimited liquidity because the price of XRP can increase. And if it increases, you need less XRP. So that is why it's almost unlimited. In contrast to traditional providers of payment mechanisms cross-currency, there is no longer a reliance on traditional correspondent bank relations, and even major banks are using Ripple's ecosystem. We are also able to operate outside the Swift network, as I was telling you, right? Ripple is changing the whole financial system, guys. It's actually mind-blowing what is happening here, and it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Ripple again in this year, World Economic Forum in Davos 2023. What is held in the next days? Guess with who? Central Bank of Netherlands. Now here we can see, guys, Ripple CEO Brett Garlinghouse features in the session alongside the Netherlands Central Bank President Klaas Knot. Now this guy recently made a video, it's in one of my videos, guys, that he was actually talking about all of this. The European Commission's Meirad McGuinness and Omar Sultan Al Olama, the UAE's Minister of State of Artificial Intelligence, Digital Economy, and Remote Work Applications. Now, why do you think all of this is happening on 17 January, guys? Watch my previous video. You will understand why 17 January is quite interesting. Energy Web, Ripple. Quite interesting, guys. Look at this. These are very good coins being used in the future. Look at all what they have in common. They're all very fast, very high transaction speed, and very low cost. Can you see that, guys? So this is kind of the future of the financial system, and they are really going fast and changing this stuff, guys. Ripple's Korean partner Senbi announces expansion to US. So even if the lawsuit is ongoing, they keep expanding, guys, and growing. Thank you very much for watching the video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and like. See you in the next one. Cheers.